we talked a lot about closed won, and when a deal is closed won, what happens after that? Obviously, we've collected the payment, we've signed a contract, but beyond that, what's going on? One thing that we can't stress enough, and that I want to make sure is communicated here today, is that you should never really build or design your deal pipeline without consulting your customer service, your onboarding team, your implementation team, your production team, whatever you want to call it, without getting their input first, because they are the ones that are going to take the handoff from that closed won deal and then onboard the client, get them set up, get everything going that they need to do, whether that's a product or a service. The last thing you want is any type of buyer's remorse or regret for signing up with you guys in the first place. And if information is not communicated to them properly, you're at risk of running into that situation. And that's something every team and every company wants to avoid at all costs. So maybe as simple as just making sure that the information those teams needed is required before that deal even moves to closed won. That's the first step. So communicating with them before you design your pipeline, asking them what is that information they're going to need. It could even be things like making sure specific types of paperwork are sent out to the client before they even make their first phone call, so that that process is already started. You're reinforcing consistency, and you're aligning your teams as well. So they're going to be more trustworthy of your sales and marketing team, and your sales and marketing team are also going to trust them that they're going to take that client that they've worked so hard to bring on and give them a positive experience with your company moving forward.
To wrap us up, we absolutely have to talk about reporting, and there's not nearly enough time right now to go through with all the different ways you can have visibility into your deal pipeline, and by extension, really visibility into the growth of your company. But reports are super duper important, which is the scientific term. So marketing is going to want to know what content influences the creation of deals, right? Which source of business, for example, closes the most deals? And by the way, what's the close rate on MQLs? What percentage of marketing leads that are passed to the sales team close? And what's the average size deal? I mean, you can just go way further into that, but just to give you an idea. Obviously, on the sales side, you're looking at forecasts and quotes and things like that. You want to look at close rate based on industry, size of business, pain points, right? That's something that you should capture. And then deal insights, right? Just looking at a global, high-level view of all of your deals broken out by certain variables. New business versus existing, deal type, deal owner, whatever. On the service side, right? There may be situations where you would want to adjust the onboarding timeline based on things that was collected in the deal pipeline. Also, these teams are going to be looking at things like average lifetime value and retention rate, right? So if they look at those things, those are really important. Well, what if they cross-reference that with some of the information that's captured in the deal pipeline? Now you're all working together to identify who your ideal customer actually is, right? So there's just tremendous power in the reports. What this ultimately comes down to is the premise that we're offering is your deal pipeline should serve as a single source of truth for growth, right? It should be built to accommodate any person or team that impacts customer acquisition and growth, which, by the way, is a lot of people and a lot of teams. Marketing, sales, implementation, customer service, maybe your IT team, maybe your product team, right? All of these people impact acquisition and growth. And the deal pipeline should be built to accommodate these people and also be built to accommodate all levels. Lots of pipelines are built to accommodate a sales manager, and it gives them reports they need. That's good. They could see how everybody is progressing, where they are to quota, but maybe it's forfeiting a lot of the opportunity for the deal pipeline to be the tool that it is. Maybe it's clunky, right? So you want to make sure that it is built for everyone. Again, deal pipeline, as we went over here, and we're going to follow up with resources to make sure that everybody understands it. Deal pipeline does have the ability to be a tool for providing visibility into growth for the entire company, keeping people in the loop with notifications, alerts, updates, saving time by automating things and creating efficiencies, reducing friction, communicating with your customer, handing off from one team to the next, and following up on opportunities both in the present, in the future, and then finally providing significantly more visibility into growth, which, if you're paying attention, will help you grow by understanding where growth is coming from and how it can be achieved in the future.